Good evening. Tonight, more than 11 years after her death, Allison Feldman's killer has been found guilty. Thanks for joining us. For 12 News at 10, I'm Mark Curtis.
And I'm Kadiva Devine. Today, a jury found Ian Mitchum guilty of first-degree murder, sexual assault, and burglary for killing 31-year-old Allison Feldman inside of her home back in 2015.
12 News journalist Kearny is live in studio with us tonight. She just spoke to the victim's family about the verdict and if there's any way to move forward after this. Tiani?
That's right. There's no closure. That's what Harley Feldman told me after today's verdict. For over a decade, he's been raising awareness about his daughter's death. And moving forward, he says it's about helping others who might be going through a similar situation.
It's a life sentence because we don't have Allison.
11 years after Allison Feldman's death, Harley Feldman says he and his family are having a hard time processing the verdict that was read aloud at the Maricopa County Superior Court Thursday afternoon.
I think because we've been at it for so long. When I went into the courtroom yesterday, it's like, it's real. And all this time that you've been thinking about it and things going on and decisions being made, and now it's going to happen.
We, the jury, duly impaneled and sworn in the above entitled action, and upon our oaths, do find the defendant as to count 1, first-degree murder, guilty.
Allison Feldman was found dead in her Scottsdale home in 2015. Her body and her house were drenched in bleach to try and destroy evidence. For 3 years, Scottsdale police had DNA evidence from an unidentified male, but no name. That was until they used a new technique at the time, matching DNA to family members that had profiles on record.
Scottsdale police came to me and said, do you know anything about familial DNA, because we'd like to use it, but it's not legal here. And so this started this whole process of, well, let me see if I can help make it legal.
After clearing legal challenges, police were able to use the DNA to arrest Mitchum in 2018. But even after years of investigating, police still can't link the victim and the suspect. Something the victim's father says he's not sure if they'll ever get that answer.
I have no idea. I can't piece together why he picked her. I just don't know, and I don't know that we'll ever figure it out.
Feldman's best friend Katie Woods sat in the courtroom today. She tells 12 News that the jury's verdict brought justice to Allison Feldman.
She can rest in peace, finally. I wouldn't say it's closure. We'll never have closure because she'll never be here. She'll never be back. But it's justice, and it's justice that she deserved.
Harley Feldman says he understands the fate of Mitchum is in the hands of the jury. Moving forward, the Feldman family will continue to help other victims and their families. They also started a scholarship fund at the University of Arizona, which helps students study abroad, something their daughter did back in college.
We started the fund, and about 1 or 2 students every year get selected to go on the study abroad program based on the money that we've raised. And we get such nice letters from the kids because they're doing something that they really want to do they couldn't afford. So that also keeps us going.
The next court hearing is set for April 15th. At that point, we'll learn more about the timeline for Mitchum's sentencing. Live in studio, I'm Tiani Jadling, 12 News.
Tiani, thanks. New at 10, Phoenix police investigating a stabbing that left 2 men hurt near 35th Avenue and Broadway. Officers found the men near a bus stop. Another man found nearby was taken into custody. We're told that one of the victims has life-threatening injuries. The other is expected to recover. Detectives on the scene right now investigating. Be sure and stay with 12 News throughout the night for updates.
Tonight, Phoenix police have identified the woman found dead in a car overnight near 107th Avenue and Indian School Road. Police found 47-year-old Lori Ann Perez after responding to a call of shots fired. Detectives learned that Perez's boyfriend, 46-year-old Richard Charles, may have been involved. A SWAT team went to his house. As they went inside, police say Charles shot himself. He died at the scene. Detectives say the investigation is ongoing.
As many of you know, we do a lot of reporting here on 12 News about the water situation in Arizona. And tonight, a small Arizona town is facing a massive water crisis, saying their taps could run dry within 3 months. The town of Kearny, home to roughly 1,700 people, just implemented the most severe water restrictions that it can. limiting water use to only essentials like cooking and bathing. Residents are being asked to wear their clothes 2 or 3 times before washing. This is all because the town received well below its normal allotment of water this year. Kearny officials say that if nothing changes, it will run out of water on or around July 15th.
Police have submitted charges against an underage ASU student who was at Tempe Tavern just minutes before a deadly hit-and-run crash. The crash happened near Rural Road and Lemon Street last September. 18-year-old Joseph Gonzalez was riding his motorcycle when he collided with a self-driving car. Just seconds later, police say that Ava Below ran into Gonzalez and then left the scene. Gonzalez was taken to the hospital but later died. A decision on whether or not to file charges will come from the county attorney.
Tonight, 2 people have been seriously hurt by a suspected drunk driver in the North Valley. They're recovering in the hospital. They were all attending Cave Creek Bike Week last Friday when the sheriff's office said the driver slammed into them.
And tonight, for the first time, we are learning from one of the victim's husbands about that night. 12 News journalist Chase Golightly spoke with him earlier today. And Chase, he was also very close friends with the other person that was badly hurt.
Creepy, that's right. They've all been riding motorcycles for years and know the dangers that can come with it. But this was a crash no one saw coming.
Daryl Wallen has been at the hospital every single day, taking care of his wife of 17 years, Jill.
She's still in a lot of pain. She has been fighting with 3 fractures, upper lumbar, lower lumbar, neck.
While also checking in on his longtime friend, John Graffner. Both were horribly hurt, suffering several broken bones when a suspected drunk driver crashed into them.
He had his lower gut punctured by a handlebar when that truck slammed into him. And so his guts were hanging out.
Jill and John were at a motorcycle event in Cave Creek. Wallen says they were getting ready to leave when the suspect, who witnesses said was doing donuts and burnouts, drove right into them.
And we lost control of the vehicle. That's when he slammed into those 8 motorcycles. And my wife, my best buddy, they were the first ones hit.
This is video of the aftermath. The woman on the ground is Jill.
I actually saw my wife laying down on the ground being treated. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. That's part of the back end of the saddlebag right there.
Wallen showing us the damaged bikes, which he says are a total loss.
But he hit it so hard and shattered up both sides of the bike. It was just unreal. I could not believe how much damage he did to that bike.
He was at work when he got the call and rushed over to the hospital.
I was up like 45 hours straight, feeling helpless the whole time. There's nothing you can do to ease the pain other than the only thing I said to my wife, I says, I wish I could trade you places. And she goes, no, you don't. And I said, yes, I would, because I'd rather be going through the pain rather than you.
The feeling of helplessness overcome by anger.
It really made me mad that he would endanger that many people around us. He didn't care about anybody else's life except for his good time.
The suspect was arrested and has since been released. As Wallen continues to care for both of his loved ones, he hopes for justice.
It was not a mistake. You chose that. So for myself, I have no pity on what happens to him in court. I have no pity on what happens to him either which way.
And Wallen told me John and Jill are getting better, but it will take months of recovery and physical therapy. I did reach out to MCSO for an update on this case and the suspect, but was told they do not have any new information at this time. We're live in the studio. Chase Golightly, 12 News.
Chase, thanks. We have a health alert tonight. Maricopa County has confirmed a new case of the measles. Health officials say the person visited several places in Queen Creek between April 3rd and the 5th. It includes the Costco out there, Walmart, and Generation Church, Queen Creek. If you visited any of those locations, be on the lookout for measles symptoms like fever, coughing, a runny nose, and a rash.
Today, state and city leaders officially broke ground on a major new health hub in downtown Phoenix. The building will house ASU's new health headquarters. The 175,000 square foot facility will bring together medical, nursing, and public health programs in one place. City leaders say that Phoenix is investing in about $50 million into this project.
Happening tonight, it is the first night of Country Thunder. Country music fans are kicking off one of the biggest music festivals in the state.
That's right. 12 News journalist Maria Stobbs is in Florence for the start of Country Thunder.
This year, organizers expect about 30,000 fans a day to fill the campgrounds at Country Thunder, turning Florence into a 4-day country music city.
We're just hanging out. I mean, we have like 10 of us, I think, this weekend.
For some, it's tradition.
This is my, I think 4th year, and then I think this is our second.
For others, it's the start of one.
I mean, it looks like it's going to be one heck of a party, so looking forward to it.
Either way, fans are turning it into a full weekend experience, filling more than 8,000 campsites. For 19-year-old rising artist Waylon Wyatt, that kind of crowd is a first.
And I've never really experienced that, and seeing all these people lined out and all these trailers and cars lined out here is absolutely insane to me. I've never got to experience that. So it's amazing, blessing, but I'm also so grateful that so many people just line up out there and are willing to spend a lot of their precious time out there and just wait for us to play for them.
And he's doing it next to the very artists who inspired him.
You know, I'm a big fan of a lot of the people on the lineup, especially Gavin Adcock. You know, it's amazing just getting to see such these amazing talents alongside me.
It's not just the main stage drawing crowds, though.
Lots to see, lots to do. Electric Thunder's a great time. When main stage ends, it turns into, like I say, kind of EDM/country. Tons of fun.
From food and clothing vendors to a full carnival. Even puppies up for adoption in the VIP area. There's plenty to explore.
It's its own city.
That city-like feeling keeping fans coming back year after year.
I'll do it every time, no matter
Every time, yeah. We're locked in for every year.
Gavin Adcock headlined opening night, but this is just the start. There's also Lainey Wilson, Zach Taub, and Brooks and Dunn expected to headline through the weekend. In Florence, Maria Stubbs, 12 News.
All right, Maria, thank you.